Hello, welcome back to The Title Unknown. This is episode 6, and I am here again for my identity, and with me today is Mr. Alt1.
Hello.
How are you doing this evening?
I'm absolutely excellent.
I love to hear it. Mr. Gitalinks didn't send out any information. I don't know where he's a little bit MIA. So, thank you, Alt1, for standing in for episode 6.
No problem.
And, so, to start off with some weekly highlights, I'd like to nerd out a little bit. Is that in World of Warcraft, it's the MMO I play, and you don't play any MMOs, do you?
No, I don't.
No.
I used to.
Oh, you used to play it with printers and BBC boards and everything.
Yeah, old school.
Yeah, but that's not as cool as what it is now.
Well, wait a minute, man. It was new school when I was playing it.
Well, at the time, but
Yeah.
you're not with the time anymore, old man.
Yeah, you're right. You call me old man because you're right.
Right. So, patch 5.0.4 in WoW, it introduces the first iteration of changes that comes into the game of World of Warcraft. And I played in the beta. I did some of the stuff and everything. I've been having a lot of fun. And I think there was one of the episodes I actually played the Pokemon theme song because they introduced pet battles. And in the beta, it is amazing. It's so much fun. But the patch 5.0.4 that's live right now, I've been playing it. There's no pet battles, but they did combine all the mounts, achievements, and pets into your character. And with that, I found myself actually playing on live instead of beta, which is a lot of fun. I mean, I'm glad it's here. I'm glad it's there, and I'm gonna definitely very excited to be playing more WoW. But one of the other fun highlights of the week was in my area. I actually had a Monday night off of work, or Monday off of work. But Sunday night, we had a little bit of rain, and the whole ground was covered in rain, and it was all wet. But then Monday morning came around. I didn't have to show up to work. I got up, I did a little bit, and sat around the house, and about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, I stepped out the front yard, and I was like, why is my road wet in between across the street and in front of my house? Just this one area is wet. This road is wet. What is going on? And walked over there, and we seen it looked like water. It looked like enough water that there was 3 hoses pouring in the front yard of the house across the street. But there was no hoses. Just water was pouring up out of the ground. Like, oh my god. And then it was coming through the curb. The cracks in the curb, water was pouring out. I was
Really?
like, wow, okay. That might be a problem. And I didn't see anyone around. So we're like, alright. About 3, 4 o'clock on Monday, people came by, and they drilled a couple holes in the street. So the water came out of the street instead of in the grass. But water kept flowing for until Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, I was supposed to go back to work, but the building I work in, and you work in too, did not have power.
Yeah, something with transformer. Right?
There was a bad transformer on the roof, right?
Yeah.
There's Decepticons up there.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. See that or what was the movie where the aliens are like lightning? Dark Tower. That's
Dark Tower?
The Dark Tower. The aliens are like these lightning. So they're up on the roof of the building. That's what caused the transformer to go bad.
Well, somebody told me, and that's the first I heard of it. Somebody told me there's a bad transformer on the roof, and immediately that translated to
Dude,
there's
Decepticon.
there's a Decepticon up there. What the fuck's going on? Why am I here? Get me the fuck out of here! What the fuck?
This is pretty fun.
But yeah. So so I couldn't go into the building to go to work, and I also had on Tuesday they finally decided to show up with the big machines and drill into the street and find this leaking pipe thing and everything, and they shut my water off. I had a pot of coffee made in the first place, but I couldn't make more coffee. Normally I get another cup of coffee at the cafe, but the building was shut down, my water was shut down, and I couldn't connect to the computers, and man, that was just crazy. That's always the fun work week.
Yeah, well, it's all that way.
So I know you experienced a power problem, but did you have any more fun other than that this week?
Did I have any more fun? Well, my assistant was gone, so I was doing all her work all week. So
You had to work
Yeah.
by yourself. She was off
Yeah.
all week.
yeah, she was supposed to come Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I think it was closed on Tuesday, so she only worked one day this week. So I had to
Nice.
cover for her.
That is awesome.
Yeah, right.
Awesome for you.
Yeah, it was alright. I got that done.
Alright, so let's take a look into.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about?
Move into topic one. Topic one this week, we do have some weird news. I did pull up a few articles of some weird stuff that happened this week. I'm pretty sure all this happened just within this week. It's a lot of fun. Hold on, I'm kind of sidetracked. Alright, let's pull up school bus driver. So I remember we did an episode with a drunk school bus driver, and now we
Yep.
have another school bus driver accused of leaving a special ed child on vehicle for 4 hours. Now, I don't think it matters. I think they could have left out the special ed part
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
immediately, right there.
Right.
School bus driver accused of leaving child on vehicle for 4 hours. I don't see the importance of special ed.
Only that it makes them more impactful.
I don't think so, though. That's what
No, I-
bothers me.
No,
No. Well, the word special ed makes it seem like it's less of the driver's problem.
Yeah,
Because a
right.
normal kid would have said, "Hey, I'm fucking back here. What the fuck's going on?"
Right.
You know, no, that's not an excuse. That's not, to me, it sounds like an excuse. That's why I don't like that special ed was used there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was special ed or anything else. This
Right.
bus driver. So, it goes on and says the Southern California, SoCal School District is investigating how a special education student was left alone on school bus for more than 4 hours. Some Ventura County Star says it happened last week in the Simi Valley Unified School District. The school board president, Janice D. Fata, Fata?
Defada. Defada.
Anyway, the child was picked up to attend the first day of school. First day. That's right. I
Yes.
forgot. This is all the beginning of school.
First day of school.
I swear, it's like a 5-year-old and doesn't know any better. That's even
This
worse.
is probably a 23-year-old.
I guess.
Special ed kid. I'm sorry. It's just wrong.
Well, that child was picked up to attend the first day of school in Crestview Elementary, but somehow wound up alone after the bus driver parked and left the vehicle. The child wasn't hurt, but DeFita called August 22nd incident inexcusable. She says the driver has been removed from duty while district investigates. So, from this, and that's all I have. I mean, there's some audio, I think, if it does work, but from what I understand, the bus driver did its route, parked, and left, right?
Right?
That's the way it sounds.
Yep. Parked the
But-
bus and left.
But there happened to have been a child there.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's common matter to actually walk up and down a bus before you leave it. I mean, is that part of a bus driver criteria?
I've never been a bus driver, but I imagine that if you're in charge of a bus, you probably should do that before you pick up kids, so you know that there's nothing on there, and after. It just makes kind of sense. Yeah.
Right. I mean, that almost seems like a ISO or OSHA or some type of
OSHA.
government standard that you're supposed to do or something. All right, so let's
School
listen
turned
to this
into a
lady
nightmare
here.
for a special ed student in Simi Valley. The Crestview Elementary School student was left alone in a parked school bus for more than 4 hours. KCAL 9's Melissa McCarty spoke with school officials and parents, all of whom want to know how something like this could happen.
Inside a school bus, a disabled child was left alone, sitting for 4 hours last Wednesday.
Hold on. Now disabled.
Yes.
All right, continue.
It happened on the first day of school after the child was picked up at Crestview Elementary in Simi Valley. It's still unclear if the abandoned child was mentally or physically disabled.
I really can't answer that. I don't know at this point. Like I said, we're investigating it to see exactly what happened.
School officials say the driver thought the bus was empty. Parents say that excuse isn't good enough.
Seeing it is a bus for disabled children or mentally handicapped children, they should definitely check the bus a little bit more.
Tracy Carver has 2 kids at the school. She says with the valley heat, it could have ended much worse.
What could have happened in 4 hours? Think of the babies that are left in cars for only a couple hours. They die.
Luckily, the child was not injured.
We made sure the child was healthy and there was no side effects or there was any problems with the child.
Danny Plain, who also has 2 kids at the school, says she understands how easy it is to lose track of a child.
I think that it was an accident, a terrible accident, and sometimes it happens.
Many of the parents picking up their kids were unaware of
found
the
the one
incident,
parent
but
that
hope
said it's
some type
okay.
of discipline will be taken. This bus driver is on paid leave pending the outcome of the investigation in Simi Valley. Melissa McCarty, KCAL 9 News.
All right, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So, I gotta tell you.
first day of school.
Hold on. I gotta tell you. Throughout that video, if you didn't get to watch it, I mean, follow the link if you're listening. But this video consistently showed small buses. Now, like a full bus, it might be a hassle. I gotta walk all the way to the back of it.
Right.
But this is a bus driver of the small bus. I mean, you know
Right.
the stigma of the small bus. You know, it's a special bus. You know,
Right. It's like 20 feet at most.
You can't take the time to walk down the aisles of the small bus. I mean, oh my God.
So not that I want to change subject or jump in on something else, but did you hear the story about the lady in Iceland who volunteered to search for a missing woman only to find out that she was the missing woman?
She was. Was that like a part near schizophrenic or something? Or
No. What happened is, this was in Iceland, right? And there was like a tour bus, and these people all got out at this volcano, and the woman went and into her backpack and put on like different clothes, like instead of her shorts, she put on a pair of jeans over it and like a sweatshirt or something over what she was wearing. And when she got on the bus driver didn't recognize her as the other person who got off. So they were like all looking for this woman.
oh my God! Like she
Yes.
changed on the bus.
No, I don't know if she changed in the restroom or what, but you know, it was one of those things that it's funny.
So she didn't claim herself missing or anything.
No, the bus driver did.
Right, because he's like, I seen somebody wearing this, and I didn't see that person wearing this. Come off.
So, somebody wrote in the article that one has to wonder why no one else has thought to ask if the 20 to 30-year-old 5'2" woman of Asian descent was the same 20 to 30-year-old 5'2" woman of Asian descent everyone was looking for.
Oh God.
Sorry, I had to put that one out there because I saw that the other day. It was funny. This morning, I think.
That is good.
Too funny. Yep.
Well, next one in the weird news, I bring you Miss Tanika Stephenson. She was arrested after a camera catches her allegedly. They still use the word allegedly, just like they used the word special ed. Stealing $13 from a 10-year-old. So, this is actually pretty good. And I think I might want to play the video first this time. So, let's hear it. Oh, wait. There's no sound on the video. Oh, the video is actually her doing it. Alright, so the video doesn't work. No news person talked about it. But this woman turned herself in to the authorities after surveillance tape showing her allegedly, they still use that, taking $13 from a 10-year-old kid. It went viral. On August 11th, the young girl went into a beauty supply store in Shreveport, LA. What's LA?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Louisiana. It's not like LA, California. It's LA.
No, it's Shreveport, Louisiana. Yep.
Yeah. So the 10-year-old was gonna shop for her grandmother. Grandmother sat in the car and she ran in there to go pick up some stuff. So as she placed her money on the counter, another woman ate an ice cream cone, later identified as this Tanika Stephenson, approached the cashier and purchased something. While she was waiting for her change, the surveillance camera caught her. They keep using these words, apparently and allegedly.
I know.
It's like, dude, it doesn't
It's on
lie.
How did that make it allegedly?
I still don't know why the journalist,
Because
the writing.
It's because we're a litigious company.
Oh,
And-
it's
and
still
so-
innocent until proven guilty. And
Right,
she's
absolutely.
not proven yet, so there's still allegedly and apparently. But no, she totally took the little girl's money and slipped it into her purse. So the local police posted the surveillance tape onto its YouTube page. So, what was the city and state again?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yep.
Those police there are YouTube. They're in it. They're using technology. They're on the interwebs. They're all about it. So the local police posted this surveillance tape on their YouTube page. So they have their own YouTube page. Awesome. I love this. The video quickly collected approximately 3,700 hits, which is not 52 million like Gangnam Style or anything, but for the town, and that's probably the biggest hits that YouTube page has ever gotten. And that a lot of people knew who she was. A lot of people recognized her in that town.
That's too funny. Well, Shreveport is not a tiny town.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's like second or third state, and New Orleans, Baton Rouge, and then Shreveport. It's like close to the Texas border. It's Cato Parish. I've been there actually.
Really?
Yes, my daughter's there.
From there or
They
is
live
there?
there. Yeah, they live there now. Not from there.
Not from there, but live there now.
Yeah, they live there now.
Wow, this thing is actually hitting close to home for you then, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of stuff happens.
Well, your daughter's pert near that 10 or a little older, right?
No, these are my older daughters.
Oh,
my
way
old-
older daughter.
My older daughter, my 30-year-old daughter, live down in Shreveport.
Alright.
One, yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
send a 10-year-old with $13 so some other chick by the name of, I keep wanting to say the name just because,
Yep.
what was
Actually, that the Crime Stoppers page.
Tanika Stephenson. Yeah, just so Tanika Stephenson can take your daughter's money,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The Crime Stoppers YouTube page got 65,000 hits.
It's amazing. I love
Oh, that's-
I love that our local police. I love that this exists. I love that people are turning,
Yep.
into everything and connecting it even more almost.
You know what I think is the funniest part about this whole thing is that people who recognized her in the video went onto her onto her Facebook page and accused her of taking money from a little kid.
Yeah, that's exactly, and you know what that did too. And this, what also I find a little bit treading the line of cyberbullying or something. But
Right.
yeah, viewers went straight to her Facebook page and
Yep.
made her life hell. And in the end, it worked. She turned herself in. She voluntarily, Stephenson turned herself in on Monday morning after reportedly receiving dozens of phone calls from citizens over the weekend, some of which weren't very pleasant.
Yeah, you know what I don't get about this kind of stuff is that in the same community there could be shooting and the cops could go around and people. I don't know anything, but everybody knows who did it, and you know these tells about people for that. But for $13, everybody's turning the kick in.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to me, that just proves a strong point that something so innocent doesn't always go undone.
Right. No, I get
I mean,
that.
Come on. You found $5. You found a quarter on the ground. You found a $20 bill on the ground. Some people have found a $100 bill on the ground. Some people have found hundreds of dollars on the ground and walked away. Right?
Yep.
She just moved $13 from point A to point B.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I almost, I was against her, but I'm like, dude, it's $13. Really? You're gonna make this a big deal? I'll give you the money back.
Right.
But that's funny. But that just proves the point. Don't do stupid shit anywhere. I mean, there's just gonna always be somebody somewhere that's gonna see something about something. Just stop. That's something
They're
I love
always
too.
watching. Somebody's always watching. Somebody's always watching.
And that's something else I love too, is that it just keeps the worst of the people more honest.
Yep. I agree.
So, the next piece of the funky weird news that we have here, I love Mr. Carlos Garcia. This guy. What was the movie? Andy Dufresne. Morgan Freeman, he's like,
Shawshank Redemption.
I never knew too much about that Andy Dufresne.
Yes. Yep.
So this guy totally pulled a Dufresne here. So in New Mexico, what's NM stand for? North
Mexico.
North
New
Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, New
New
Mexico.
New Mexico.
Wow.
North Mexico. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm totally rocking on this one.
That's the 50th state. North Mexico.
Yeah, I know what NM stands for. All right. So the corrections officers say an inmate escaped his jail cell by breaking a window bar with a razor blade and a popsicle stick by changing his mind once got outside. So Mr. Carlos Garcia told police it took about 5 months. 5 months he spent to break the bar on his cell window. and Lee County Jail with those materials. He also used plastic, newspaper, and more popsicle sticks to fashion a fake window. After his escape, he put up a fake one, like no one would know he would be gone. It's like a pretty picture of a supermodel that some warden's going to throw a rock through. The shit happens! Oh my god! So this guy changed his mind, climbed back into his second-story cell using a bed sheet. Wow!
Oh my goodness. Yeah, what's call that effort to escape prison and then climb back in? I get it.
It's
I
like,
get it.
I'm out! I don't really want to be out. I'm just gonna go back. I spent 5 months on this plan.
It was a project.
It was really good though. He was out.
Hobby.
He was out.
No, it worked.
I don't know why I'm kind of like rooting for him, but what the hell?
Yeah, he's definitely an underdog. But, the plan for 5 months, have a fake window, get all the materials together, and then renege on your escape. There's just something wrong with that.
I mean, do you think he got out and like realized he got out of the cell? So like he was in the prison yard and he realized like, fuck, I can't
get out of here now.
I can't get over the fence or something. I didn't think that far ahead.
There's
and he
a couple of
chickened
things.
out.
There's a couple of things. Either it's that, or he actually got out of the prison. As soon as he got out, he thought, God, this could be another 20 years if they catch me after escaping. So maybe I just slide back in and forget the whole thing.
Well, they already moved into a maximum security ward at the state penitentiary, so he's already moved to a different location. And this is another thing too, is that this prisoner, he's actually serving time for 2 murder convictions and other crimes. So this isn't the guy that I'm really rooting for getting out or anything,
Yeah, it's not like you cheat on taxes or something,
Right. This guy actually killed people.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
But still, that's so weird. I mean, if I don't know, if he killed 2 people and got caught, he's already a dumbass. He had an elaborate escape plan, a 5-month escape plan, and he retreated on it. Still a dumbass. And I don't even know what the other crimes are. They just say other crimes, so. Still. Can't believe it actually exists.
Yeah.
So, are you ready for some trivia?
Sure.
Sure, or hell yeah, or
Sure.
just sure?
Okay.
Okay. Alright.
Hell yeah.
I gotta find the thingy that does the thingy with the other thingy.
Now, what kind of trivia is this? Is this like science fiction? Is
Last week I gave you 3 books that had to do with sci-fi technology of authors in the past writing about stuff in the future. And this does continue on the same thing.
Okay, alright.
So, I just have to
Good.
find...
I might get 1 or 2 of them right.
Well, you got 2 out of 3 right last week, so let's see if you actually get...
I guessed.
Oh, I'm sure. I was just randomly picked out of the air. I'll take C. That's about all I could do, but, God, I can't find the... Oh, I know exactly where it is. Hold on a second. Burr. Dot. There it goes. Alright. See, it's fun. I love about Google Drive is that I sent you the link to the show notes for the doc.
Yep.
But you don't see the doc that I have in front of me. Because you don't have that link. Alright, which has the answers. It'd be a cheat sheet. If you could actually
Oh,
see it.
that wouldn't be fair.
No, it wouldn't. Ba-da-bow. Alright. So, we have your first question here. Oh, this starts off with Martha Stewart. Hey, I'm just saying that's the first two words in the question. So, Martha Stewart was able to serve part of her prison sentence at home because of a tracking bracelet. A science fiction writer first described portable monitoring device. Who? Which one? So, number A is Neil Stephenson, The Diamond Age, made in 1995. Or number B, Patricia Jo Clayton, Shadow Spear, 1990. Or C, Gosho Ayama, Detective Conan, 1944. What's Detective Conan?
I don't know. I've never heard of that, actually.
Detective
But-
Conan.
Actually, I think it's from the Diamond Age by Neil Stephenson.
Like, Detective Conan. I smash.
I think it's A.
Oh, wow, you're going with A?
Yep.
You sure? Final answer?
Yep.
Asshole wanker.
It was B, Patricia Jo Clayton, Shadow Spear, 1990.
Really?
It was. Did you read any of those three?
I only read that one, and I thought I remembered.
Oh, well, you do remember that. It was there in 1995, but Patricia Jo Clayton and Shadow Spear wrote it first in 1990.
I got it. Okay.
So, question number 2. We were issued debit cards in the 20th century, but the concept stems from the 19th century. Who first described a debit card? A. Kurt Laswitz, Two Planets, 1897. Garrett,
Oh.
Service, Edison, Conquest of Mars, 1898. Edwin, Bellamy, Looking Backward, 1888. So the range, this is a 10-year range, 1888 to 1898. There's only a 1-decade range. One of these guys figured it out.
You know what?
You haven't
I
read
don't know.
any of these 3 books, did you?
Actually, I've read some of the stuff by Garrett Service,
Mhm.
but I don't know the answer to this question. I really don't. I don't know who the first debit card.
You have a
No.
coin, you have a trick. Do you want to try it?
How about Edward Bellamy? I'll go with that.
Or do you want to try, like lowest to greatest, or any math thing or anything? What was your answer? You said something there. What was that?
Edward Bellamy?
That's what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
You're gonna go with Edward Bellamy. All right. Survey says
Nice.
very good. It was Edward Bellamy. Good guess.
Yep. It was a guess too.
But it was. It's the youngest one. 1888, 1897, and 1898. So Edward Bellamy, actually, man, I can't imagine actually having that concept in your head in 1888, that you'd have a card, a single card that can process every single transaction that you ever need. You know that?
I think that's cool. I think that's so
is
forward thinking, man. That's-
Phenomenal. That is phenomenal thinking.
Yep, it is.
Oh my god, that's amazing. All right. So, question number 3. You got one right, one wrong, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if you can break your record and come out for a win this week. So, more than 3 million people collaborate by contributing some of their personal computer power to SETI, S-E-T-I, the search for
Search for extra
extraterrestrial
intelligence. Yeah.
That exists?
You bet.
All right.
There's
All right,
a
all
great
right.
telescopes that's been pointed out into space for years.
All right.
Trying to-
That's not the question. All right. It's there.
I-
That's a whole nother topic. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get into that one. I haven't even heard of this SETI shit. But
Really?
the question is, who introduced the concept of SETI first? So A, Larry Niven in the book
Larry
of
Niven.
Ring World,
Larry Niven.
1970, or Robert Silverberg, Tower of Glass, 1970, or Martin Caidin, Cyborg, 1972. You have two 1970 books and a 1972 book that introduced the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
Yeah, you know, my head says that Larry Niven was probably the one who introduced it, but I'm gonna go with Silverberg, Robert Silverberg.
Maybe you'd like a closer look.
Who are you going with?
Robert Silverberg.
Robert Silverberg.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
That's your final answer.
Yep.
You're not back and tracking
Oh,
at all whatsoever.
I'm sticking with it.
Nice.
Very good. 2 out of 3.
Yeah, again.
That was Robert Silverberg, Tower of
Yeah.
Glass.
Yep.
I mean, first of all, I know that you've read these types of books and everything, and that is like amazing to me in the first place. Is that like, you know, I don't read much or anything, but the fact that, you know, I just wanted to highlight, that's the reason why I pick these and the reason why I bring them up too, is that, man, these guys have had ideas like crazy.
Sure. I mean, you know, a lot of it has been turned into real world science. You know, Arthur C. Clarke wrote about satellite communications back in the 40s, and then Jerry Pernelli, the guy that you had really a lot of problems pronouncing his name last week or 2 weeks ago, he invented the way that we actually store their waste today in a science fiction book. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me that this stuff is being used, debit cards and, you know, prisoner bracelets and all that stuff. It's pretty cool stuff.
Just tracking people, the debit card. When I was born in 1980, so of course, blah blah blah. And when I was like in 5th grade, so that would put me at, what's it, 1995 maybe? No,
Okay.
couldn't be, right? 88? How old is somebody in 5th grade when they're born in 1980? I don't know.
10 or 11, maybe 10
Whatever.
or 11. So
I know the
1990.
age. I was that age at 5, but I don't know what year it was. But I remember hearing about this concept of not really needing real money. Like, I remember everything before that concept, I always recalled, I need something in my hand that looks like something that translates into the goods I want. But then I heard of this concept of this one thing. This one thing can translate into everything, and it never leaves my hands. But what I do makes this one thing worth more money, or worth more. You know, the concept of money is going away. It's just that my time, all my time that I do, my work, you know, what I'm worth or whatever, is translated into this one card. And that concept came to me, you know, it appeared to me, and I understood it when I was in 5th grade. And I was like, I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to take multiple bills and carry multiple things and count and do math and like 20, you know, and you owe me and I give you this and you give me that and everything. No, it's just this one thing. I'm good for it. Boom. Done. And that whole concept of the swipe card, that didn't exist back then, but that was the idea. It's just like the
Sure.
card. Boom. Done. And that
You know,
exists.
someday we're just going to have a chip embedded in under our skin that's got all our monetary values and stuff in it, and you just scan the chip and you're.
There's a whole nother story that I was listening to Tech News today. They're talking about this guy, on the cell phone, you can click pay and stuff. They're doing it through
Right.
the cell phones and everything.
Yep.
He didn't click OK, and he walked out of the store, and the manager came out after him, and he's like, hey! He's like, oh, dude, sorry. I thought I clicked OK. And they're like, no, you're an asshole. You're trying to steal that. And he sat in jail.
Oh, really?
And he clicked OK as he was yelling at him. And he still spent a night in jail.
That's
And
weird.
then he went back and paid for it again because they didn't accept the payment because it was already a criminal prosecution. They prosecuted him. So he
Yep.
went back and did it right. And he's like, dude, this is what... Because he couldn't take it. He went to jail. And I don't know. It's fucking nuts. You'll hear about that story somewhere. I don't know.
Yep.
Anyway, let's talk about some new movies coming in September, straight to the theater.
Yep.
And of course, I lined up to number 1 to talk about is Resident Evil.
When's that coming out?
September 14th. So,
Cool.
did you see the last Resident Evil?
I think I have. Yeah, I think I've seen them all.
And she ended up on a boat. Spoilers. Sorry if you haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah,
the last one.
Yeah.
But anyway, the way the last movie ended is that she was on a boat, she blew up a dude, and then all of a sudden a bunch of airships showed up, and she was like kind of screwed. It looked kind of funky. You know, you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's the way they're gonna end it. But no, here's more. So they did bring out more.
Come on, babe. Rise and shine.
I'll play a little bit here. I'll be right back.
You want cereal? Want a tiger?
Please get a room.
Sorry.
None of this is real. None of this is real.
All these memories were imprinted.
My name is Alice.
Alice, how nice to see you again.
What the hell is going on here?
We have you under our control.
They used me to perfect the virus. Everyone I've ever known. Everything I've ever done is being used against me. Now they can manipulate the world.
We've taken over New York, Moscow, Tokyo. This is humanity's last stand. The beginning of the end.
I'm gonna kill you.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Umbrella's more powerful than ever. And we're the only ones who can stop them. Hi. Waiting for a written invitation?
Sweet ride.
So what do you think?
I think it sounds great. I
That
think
sounds
it'll be,
amazing.
well, getting a bunch of static again and echo.
Echo, echo, echo,
Echo,
echo.
Yeah, it sounds like the rest of the movies.
It does. They put her into some chamber that lets her dream and took her out, and she's realizing it. And who's the guy? I mean, she killed this one guy, and I don't know. They're really bringing that. The movie's going a completely different direction from what I've heard. I didn't play Resident Evil 5, the game. I did play a little bit of it, but they're making another one, and I don't know how far they're going or how far these guys are going apart, but holy cow, this movie looks really good. Either way, I without plot holes, if there are plot holes, if there are, then there is, but even with that, this movie looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands or my eyes on it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be great.
And that's September 14th. That's 2 weeks away.
Yeah, you missed a movie though. I know you have a couple of movies listed here that are at the end of September, but they're re-releasing the Raiders of the Lost Ark again, right?
Yeah,
that's September 7th.
In IMAX though, not normal theaters though.
Right.
That's only in your local IMAX theaters.
Yeah.
And
but
Raiders,
still, I think it's worth mentioning that that's coming out.
It is with Raiders of the Lost Ark, man. I would.
I know.
And where's our closest? So me and you, we live close together, and we don't have to say anything. But how many miles?
The Milwaukee Museum. It's 45 minutes.
Oh, I guess we live near Milwaukee now.
Well, I guess it's closer than the Chicago IMAX.
As the show goes on, everyone will figure out who we are, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, did I say? Did I reveal something important here? That we're in the Midwest.
We are in the Midwest, where apparently Milwaukee's closer than Chicago from where we are.
Because they kind of tell us where we're at.
It could.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to me either.
Me neither.
I try to keep the veil, but I don't really care.
So the other thing too is Finding Nemo is coming out in 3D on September 14th too.
The who?
Finding Nemo, the kids movie.
The lesbian?
Yeah, Ellen DeGeneres, yes.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, it's coming out in 3D on September 14th. But now I'm not going to spoil. You have a couple other movies that you want to talk about here, so I'm not going to spoil that. But I do want to add some other movies that are coming out in September.
All right, I didn't watch that movie, but
which one? Oh,
the Nemo? No, I watched the Shark Tale one. The Shark Tale one was good with Will Smith. We could talk a little bit. Man, we're going to be all night on this movie topic.
Yeah, I know. Because there's a whole bunch of other ones that you haven't even discussed here.
There's more I want to discuss about past shit, too. And
yeah, but okay, all right.
But anyway.
All right. There is the movies that you have listed, and I'm not going to spoil that, but there's three at the end of September that you missed entirely that we have to talk about. One is Hotel Transylvania, which is an animated movie about a human that comes into the hotel that's run by a bunch of people that are not human, vampires and werewolves and ghosts and shit like that, Right. So that's coming out September 28th, as is Looper. This is a time travel movie with Bruce Willis and what's the other kid's name? His Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He was in Inception.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. So that one's really good. That's a time travel movie, and his job is to go back in time and kill himself as a young guy. Okay. And then the third movie I wanted to talk about.
That's not a good job.
Yeah, it is. It's his job. He's a hitman. He goes back in time and kills people.
But you can't kill yourself.
Yeah, you can.
No, if you killed yourself, then you never existed to kill yourself in the first place.
There you go.
Whatever. Anyway.
Okay, and then the third movie I wanted to just mention briefly is something called Solomon Kane. Okay, this is by the guy who wrote the Conan books.
It's a Bible story, isn't it?
No, it's not a Bible story at all. The guy is a Bible freak.
I thought that was a word.
No, Solomon Kane is he's a killing machine, man, but it's back in time in the 16th century or whatever. So he uses blunderbuss pistols and cutlasses and swords and shit to
I
kill
like
people.
that.
It's awesome. The stories themselves are very cool. So and he's sort of like a time traveler too in the stories, but in this case, I think it's going to be just like all in the past. But it is very, very cool. And the guy playing it is James Purefoy from the Narnia Chronicles. I don't know if you remember him, but so that's another movie that I think should be mentioned because I'm a huge Howard fan. So I think it's important that movie's coming out at the end of the month. People should go see that.
I'm totally all about it. That sounds way too amazing.
Yep, it just looks really good.
But a part of the big highlights we do have coming out in September, we do have this Dredd, Judge Dredd, right?
Yeah, right. It's a remake.
It's a remake or a reboot or however you call it, right?
Right.
Mr. Judge Dredd, and of course they're going to push the 3D.
Sure, of course.
But
it's also based on a comic book too, by the way. I don't know.
Yes,
if you know
it
that.
is. Yeah, well, I'm actually going to play a lot lower because I want to talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
Did you get to see this?
No, I did not.
No. Oh, the song. You hear this?
Oh yeah, I know the song.
Makes the brain feel as if time is passing.
So that song, I remember way back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, way back in the day being 3 years ago. But
Right.
I was in the warehouse jamming out Miss LeRoux. She was singing the Bulletproof song and everything, and this song came out. And this song is being used on the trailer. It's going to be in the soundtrack. And Mr. Judge Dredd here is being a badass. He's got his helmet with the big X on it. I never did see the first movie. How does this... You've seen the first movie?
Yeah, I have.
And you've seen this trailer? How does that compare? Is this like a huge, amazing upgrade? Are they finally doing it right?
God, yes.
They're finally serving.
It looks much better than the original.
It does.
The original, well, not only that, but okay, first of all, it has Sylvester Stallone as Judge Dredd.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was awful. He was just awful.
He was an awesome Judge Dredd.
He was awful. Just terrible.
I think that's why I didn't see it in the first place, because it was Sylvester Stallone trying to do a
totally
comic book character.
This new one has got Carl Urban, and he's the guy who played Dr. McCoy in the reboot of Star Trek. Right? He's a really good actor, and I think he's going to make a big difference.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely see this as a much better reboot.
It does. It looks like they did. Speaking of reboots, I just want to throw it out there. I did go and see Total Recall.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Okay. And?
Did you get to see Total Recall yet?
I have not.
No.
I have not seen The Dark Knight yet either.
Oh, well, we're not going to talk about Dark Knight. That's not a reboot, but... Total Recall. Very good, but very different.
Really?
Yes.
Well, alright. So it's based on a short story.
Well, they kept everything from the short story into the new, because that's what is the threads that bind.
Right.
And they did take it in a completely different direction.
Oh, there is no Mars in the story, right?
That's what
in the short
I've heard. That's what I've heard, but I totally dug the Mars aspect from the first story, but
I do too, because it's the science fiction side of things. I like that they added that in there, but it's just wrong.
But in our story, in the new one, there's no Mars. They do have a very cool high technological thing that doesn't exist now, like living on Mars. They do have an aspect of that, so it's like a thing that doesn't exist and it's not possible. They put something in there, and I don't want to spoil it, but it's really cool because it plays a big aspect throughout the whole movie. But yeah, very interesting. They did put a lot of very good tech of our today that we don't have, and they did very well. I'm glad they did it, and they made it proud. And there was still the 3 booby bitch. Sorry.
Nice.
Spoilers. No, that's in the trailers. She said,
Wait.
I make you wish you had 3 hands.
Did you see watch Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang Theory, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a thing where Howard says something. Who would you rather have, somebody else or the 3 boob lady from Total Recall? And he said, not her, man. She's like 4 years old. They're all saggy now.
Who or the 3 booby chick?
It was somebody else. I couldn't remember who it was. Like, who would you rather feel up or whatever?
Right, who goes up against the 3 booby chick? I still don't know. Sheldon has somebody that's better than the 3 booby chick?
Yes.
There's no way. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alright. So one more movie that's coming out this week is Stolen, a Nicolas Cage.
Another fine actor.
We'll play his minute 48. Keep it down. Have you seen this trailer yet?
I have. It actually looks interesting. The movie looks interesting.
On your knees.
What's it different from being Taken?
When did you get out? I missed you, Will.
I don't know.
Taken already existed. Taken 2 is coming out. What is Nicolas Cage doing in this movie?
I think this is a bank robbery movie, ain't it?
But it looks like his mom. His daughter is stolen.
I want my share.
He wants his share.
There is no cash.
And then not only that, but I gotta know this has to happen in the first 15 minutes of the movie. But he just burnt $10 million. This movie would have been over if he didn't dump $10 million into the fire.
Right.
That's gonna bug me for 2 hours. That totally will.
Yes, no kidding, man.
It's like really, he just
total bummer, right?
You just dumped 10 million. That's what you needed to get, but you threw it into a fire. Okay, while you were on the phone.
Think he's telling the truth? No, I do not. To steal $10 million.
Now he's got to steal $10 million again.
Yeah.
Because he burned it. Because he's a dumbass. But his daughter stole it.
Make him pay for the
Yep.
I got the story right?
Yep.
Honey, I'm gonna get you out of this. Nicolas Cage.
Yes, he is. I don't know. I'll wait till that thing comes to Netflix.
Yeah.
I really don't think I'm rushing out to jump on that one. But I hope I want to put up a place in the video or in the show notes. I don't want to play all the rest of the videos, but there's a lot of good, more good ones coming.
Yep.
Like you mentioned too, I want to put those in there. I want people to come to them. But The Man with the Iron Fists and Django Unchained is made by Tarantino. I seen both those trailers at once when I was watching the what were we just talking about?
Total Recall.
Total Recall. So while I was watching Total Recall, they played both those trailers, and they both looked amazing. And then we just found another movie that's like in theaters now. Is this Robot and Frank? And I really want.
Yeah, that is amazing, man. That just looks totally captivating.
That's I think that's the type of movie that's got something for everyone.
Yep, I agree.
I wanna try to throw that in the show notes too. But if I didn't get it in there, you don't find somewhere to click. Just Google Robot and Frank, you'll find it.
Robot and Frank, yep.
It does. It totally has something for everyone. It's got the love story. It's got techie. It's got geek. It's got nerd. It's got gangster. It's got robberies. It's got, oh my God, it's got FBI. It's got, oh man.
Yep. It's all good stuff.
It's an amazing. All right. So I have one of your reviews here.
All right.
Just gotta find it. It's in the reviews folder to do. And number 3, 21st Century Dead.
Nice.
That's the book review this evening.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Alright. So after this, we're going to cut for the book review. And after that, I'm not too sure what's going to happen. If you have an idea, you can throw it at me. Otherwise,
yeah,
we can wrap up. We're doing good on time and everything.
Yeah, I have one thing I want to talk about.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Alright, so here is... this is so weird. This is Alt 1 book review of 21st Century. I'm telling you, too. Right.
How retro.
How meta.
Yes. Definitely.
Hello again. This is the Alternative One for the Title Unknown podcast. This week I'll be reviewing another zombie book. You can quit crawling your eyes. We likes our zombies, so get used to it. This week's review is for 21st Century Dead, subtitled A Zombie Anthology, edited by Christopher Golden. 21st Century Dead is an anthology of short fiction by some of the biggest names in science fiction, including Orson Scott Card, the author of the Ender series, Simon R. Green, author of the Deathstalker and Nightside series, Kurt Sutter, the creator of Sons of Anarchy, and Jonathan Mayberry, multiple Bram Stoker award-winning author of the Joe Ledger series of books and the post-apocalyptic zombie thrillers Rot and Ruin and Dust and Decay. Short fiction has always been problematic for me. Even the best anthologies sometimes fail to hold my interest for very long. In addition, there's the long-argued dilemma of how to review an anthology. Should the books be reviewed as a single entity, or should each story be reviewed separately? What makes matters infinitely worse for me is that 5 of the last 7 books I've received for review are short story anthologies. Guess it's time to make up my mind, or not. So, zombies, right? What could possibly be wrong with a short story anthology featuring zombies? In the case of 21st Century Dead, absolutely nothing. Infinitely better is that Chris Golden has brought together some of the most unusual and interesting zombie stories that have ever been written. This is not your usual fare of shambling undead, but a strange mixture of victims, weirdos, and the most maladjusted walkers and non-zombie zombies in the history of all lifeless, ambling brain-eaters. The first 3 stories, for instance, don't fit any normal zombie mold. Chelsea Cain's Why Mothers Let Their Babies Watch Television is a lesson in why zombie babies should be allowed to watch television. In Carousel, Orson Scott Card gives us a new perspective by a post-living person. It's all poop, by the way. And when the dead are suddenly resurrected, a discussion with God at the Carousel puts an end to all the suffering. In Reality Bites by S.G. Brown, we see reality TV with a twist. The Zombie Jersey Shore, The Amazing Zombie Race, American Zombie Idol, etc., etc. What if a TV exec discovered a rationalizing, lucid, talking zombie? Now that would be quite the reality bite. Given the unique and constructive names given to the zombies in the various stories here, infects, nods, and dead ones, among others, and how zombieism is spread, a virus, drugs, and the apocalypse, we begin to see that 21st Century Dead is not your typical shambling zombie anthology. I should also mention that the stories are overloaded with social media, TV, Hollywood, and advertising. In that sense alone, this anthology truly represents the 21st Century Dead. The strongest stories in the anthology are Reality Bites by S.G. Brown, Anti-Parallelogram by Amber Benson, Down and Out and Dead Town by Simon R. Green, Devil Dust by Caitlin Kittredge, Tick Boom, A Love Story by Kurt Sutter, Jack and Jill by Jonathan Mayberry, and The Happy Bird and Other Tales by Rio Yours. Special note to Amber Benson, Anti-Parallelogram, by the way, needs to be written into a novel. It's too good a story to languish as a short zombie story. Everyone I know that's read it wants to know what happens next. I know I'd be first in line for novelization. In conclusion, 21st Century Dead is a solid anthology of great short zombie fiction, and I give it a hard 4 out of 5 stars. This is the Alternative One from Southeast Wisconsin for the Title Unknown podcast. Until next week, keep reading zombie, steampunk, science fiction, fantasy, or any combination thereof. Take care, people.
All right.
Cool.
So that was 21st century.
Yeah.
So what's the hard time of them actually being able to visualize what's in these books or putting them into movies? I mean, this sounds good. I want to see the movie.
Yeah, I think that it will happen. I think that some of the stories are going to turn into movies. The one story that I was talking about, that Amber Benson, you know who she is, right? You know who she is? She was actually on Buffy for a long time. She was the one who played Tara.
Okay.
She played Tara in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so she's a novelist or writer. And this story that was really a really good story, and I think she needs to put it in a novel.
I mean, I love that all of this exists. I mean, this is the third in the series of pretty much a good long string of zombie reviews, and it drives me nuts. Is that I mean, it doesn't drive me nuts because I appreciate and I love that I have the movies to appreciate, like Shaun of the Dead and even zombie with the baseball bat.
Oh, you're talking about the Zombie Killer, or
the one that became the most famous one.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the one Woody Harrelson, right?
Woody Harrelson, yeah, that one. You know. And then all the spin-offs, you know, but those are the biggest leading roles.
Zombieland.
Yeah, Zombieland. Yeah, Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead are the leading blockbusters of zombie movies. And don't get me wrong, they're good. But there is a lot of content. There's a lot of content in these books that we can make movies out of. That isn't happening, that people will pay money for. Zombies is flipping gold. I mean, Walking Dead is fucking raping. They are killing in everything they do, everything they touch. Why not? Come on, there's more material there. You told me these characters are good. I want to see it. I suck at reading and everything. I don't want to do it. But I hear it's good. I want to see it. I want to see 21st.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. Okay, so just so you know, I also picked up a new book this past weekend. It's called The Dylan Dog Case Files, and it's also a zombie book, but it's a graphic novel. So I've read the first story. It's pretty cool. It's done by a bunch of Italians, so it's like got a weird spin to it a little bit, but it's definitely another zombie one that I'm gonna do.
So they're fixing the plungers and taking the portals, and it's like Mario and zombies.
Right, yeah.
You get a mushroom and you can jump on zombie heads. It's okay.
Yes.
Anyway, so the little quickie we have is this is a very fun video. I'm sure you haven't seen this yet, and I'm gonna make sure this is in the show notes, but I pulled up the big predominant and let it play. It's about a minute, and it's Mr. Terry Crews.
Oh, the Old Spice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He synced himself up to a bunch of electronics on a musical instrument. Every flex he does makes a sound.
Keyboard solo.
Keyboard solo is on his flippin' adamant. Flame sex. Danger. What? He's got stuff on his back too. He's got a.
And that's the power of music. Now you try. Make music with my muscle parts using your keyboard device.
All right.
He's got a little bit of everything there, don't he?
If you never found this on your own and you're clicking the link on our show on the first you're clicking the link on our show for the first time.
Hey, play the music for Get Out.
He's yelling at me. This video that we just played actually turns into an interactive. So I'm pressing buttons on my keyboard. J, G, F, K, E, W. W made something funny. O, P, Q, A. A makes sausages. All right, somebody needs to make a map on this. Oh my God! I don't even know what that is, but I hit a button. Oh!
Internet. What? Internet. What? Oh, internet. What? Oh, internet. What?
Yeah, seriously, you get to type around your keyboard.
Chris, man.
I don't know how they did this, but it's amazing.
Come on, dummy. I don't have all day.
All right, you're done.
That is awesome. I love it.
That is amazingly awesome. All right. So, this moves us into topic 3, where I'm drawing a blank. So,
Yeah.
how are you doing, Alt1?
I do have something. Okay. Have you ever played any of the Final Fantasy games?
I've played all the Final Fantasy games.
Alright, Final Fantasy 13.
No, literally all the Japanese ones.
You haven't played this one. Final Fantasy 13. Final Fantasy 13 is in an alpha version. At the Square Enix show, the Final Fantasy Gallery event, they actually showed some of the parts of the new game, Final Fantasy 13. You can see it at facebook.com/Lightning Returns FFXIII. Final Fantasy 13, dude. This is exciting.
I wasn't too happy with 12.
A lot of people weren't. This looks really cool. If you ever get a chance, go up to the website and look at it.
All right.
If you go to Square Enix site too, you'll see it there too. Oh my God, it looks just unbelievable.
There's a
Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. It just looks fantastic.
All right. 12 was very linear, and they tried to introduce like some weird, like anybody can do anything type of party role, and I hated that. I hated that.
Yeah.
I hated 12 with a passion.
Yeah.
But I've played, and I will play, and I always will play every single fantasy that's ever created.
Yeah.
So this guy, I got Final Fantasy 13 game trailer right here.
Yep.
You said 13, right?
Yep.
That's very visual. There's not much audio there, so.
Yep.
I still feel a lot of other Final Fantasy in it. I don't know.
Well, I knew that you'd be interested in it, so
I would be. I just don't know if they know where they're going with. I don't know if Ubisoft knows where they need to go with a single player RPG game, interactive game. I really don't know if they know where they need to go. I don't think Ubisoft really knows where to take Final Fantasy.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I've enjoyed all the games. I have not played 12. They played up to 12, so, and I've enjoyed them all.
Well, 11 was online. I didn't play 11. That was an MMORPG. I didn't play that.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I understand that because I play World of Warcraft, so it must be something similar in a Final Fantasy way. But I heard it was a lot harder and more complicated because it never became as good as WoW, World of Warcraft. So they did something wrong in 11, and I played 12. Oh my God, they did a lot of shit wrong in 12. Like,
you know what? I don't know.
no, fucking a lot of shit wrong in 12. I didn't go very far in 12. I did 10 and everything back. It was all wonderful. I had fun. I even had fun in 10. 10 was bad.
Do you remember the graphics though in the first couple? How immature the graphics were?
And what?
The first couple of Final Fantasies.
Which one?
The first couple. 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Oh God, yeah. All of them were bad, but the gameplay was good.
The gameplay was fun, but the graphics were like very mature. It's just all 8-bit.
And it may even be a bit of rose-tinted glasses back on that, because it really wasn't that good. I mean, every step you take, you get into a battle, and but I kind of like that. I like that. That's a single-player RPG. That's the way it needs to go. And speaking of 10, this was one of the things that was
Come on, show me.
really bugging me, but I dealt with it. It wasn't that bad. They tried to make a story.
Some cool stuff, man.
And 10.
Alright, so that's really all I got.
That was so bad.
That's funny.
Shouldn't laugh anymore.
Oh, he's gonna do it more. She's gonna do it too. It's just as bad. Alright, can't take that. That was Final Fantasy X. That was fun.
Too funny.
So, let's wrap it up and round it out. Man, do you hear this background music? Did you hear that awesome background music?
I did.
That was awesome. It was like an
Okay, so
8-bit.
you're a Firefly fan, right?
Oh, what?
Firefly Serenity?
Firefly
Yeah.
Serenity, yeah, hell yeah.
So a fan made a 7-foot-long Lego Firefly. 7
Man.
foot long. Have you ever seen it?
No, 7 feet of what?
7 foot long.
Of what?
Made out of Legos. Of the Firefly spaceship.
No way.
Yeah. Here, go to the site. It is device. It's ddice.com.
Do you paste it into the place
Oh,
that
yeah.
we do the comment thing?
Yeah, let me. I'll send
There it is.
Yeah, you gotta look at this, man. It's amazing.
Alright.
The guy who built it, his name is Adrian Brick Frenzy Drake. It weighs 135 pounds.
100 and what?
35 pounds.
Where did you paste the link?
I'm getting to it, man. I didn't do it.
Come on, man. I'm sitting there, I hear 100 and some odd pounds. I want to see this damn thing.
135 pounds.
I still weigh more than that fucking thing.
Alright.
Why so serious?
This is actually kind of old. It's not like or anything. I think it's from earlier this year.
The what? Earlier?
Earlier this year. I don't think it's like. One moment, because I was looking at my iPads.
Is it a big page? You're like lagging.
Open Gangnam Style.
No, it's not. I'm getting there.
Ooh.
Are you closer?
Ooh. Okay. It's on the Google Doc page.
Alright.
In the chat.
Yeah. I got it.
You got it?
Of course, I know what I'm doing. I'm waiting for you to figure out what you're doing.
Yeah. You see it now?
Device. 7-foot-long Lego Firefly even has detailed interiors.
Yes.
Why would you take time to do detailed interiors?
Is that awesome or what?
Oh, this is... Oh, they took the top off. Look at that shit.
I know, eh?
Oh, it's the dining room. I want to see fucking dude get pissed at Captain and fucking...
I knew you'd like that, man.
Oh, this is so pimp.
The cargo bay lights up, and the engines rotate.
Oh, this is killer. This is all Legos.
Yeah, and the shuttle is detachable.
My computer froze up.
So anybody who's listening to this, it's dvice.com/archives/2012//the word 7-foot-long.php. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen made out of Legos.
And I'm still frozen on that page.
Bummer. That's alright. I think we're starting to wind down, anyways, aren't we?
Yeah, that's wrapping up the show. Oh my god, I wish I could look at more there. So yeah, we're still recording episode 6, and we still have no listeners. Mr. Getalinks has a deck of cards, and he also communicates with a lot of the community of the TCGs and people that listen and like to play games, and we could talk more about games as it comes up, but still nobody has won the single first prize, so that's still up for grabs. So all you need to do, and I need a new sound bite to give away the sound file, and it depends on where they listen to it and the time frame of it and everything. So here's the winning phrase. Email formatentity@gmail.com with
that.
Did you catch that word?
No, I did not.
That.
Fat?
No, kinda. I was hoping it was clear. Here's another way to say it. I got... where is it? Blah, 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 blah. Fact. There's another fact. Fact. Alright. Oh, I already said it a couple times. So, right.
Fact is. Fact is. Fact.
Alright.
Fact.
Fact is.
That makes sense.
Fact. Fact is.
Now I get it.
Alright. Fact is the word. Email formatentity@gmail.com. Formatentity@gmail.com. And you can win the prize that we've been giving away for the last couple of weeks and no one has won. So, Sounds fun.
Cool. Love it.
And thank you for having a great evening, Mr. Altwin.
No problem, man. Appreciate it.
Do you have anything new you want to plug before we leave tonight? Is there one of the newest and greatest of books of all that you have on the alternativeone.blogspot.com?
I did just post a new review for a Ray Bradbury tribute book called Shadow. Actually, it's called Shadow Show, and it's by a group of veteran science fiction writers who are Ray Bradbury fans. He just passed away, so this was a nice, timely book for a really great science fiction writer who just passed away. That's all I got.
Oh, so again, visit alternativeone.blogspot.com. Man, that sounded kind of sad. It's like a weird note to leave on.
Yeah.
How are you gonna ruin the mood like that?
Sorry, dude. Well, actually, I mean, it's a good book. There's a lot of good stuff in it. Some of the best writers in America are doing it. Joe Hill, Neil Gaiman, Margaret Atwood. These are all well-known names in the science fiction writing community. So, Dave Eggers, Harlan Ellison, Audrey Niffenhanger. So, yeah.
I don't know any of them, but
I know you don't, but if you're in that world, it's they're all well names.
all right. We'll try to liven it up.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
There you go. Oh man, someone wrong. There we go. Oh my god. So yeah, 82.7 million views. This guy did a concert in front of like, oh my god. This guy, that kills me. What he does. But alright. So let's call it a night.
Alright, it's enough.
Call it a night. You are a knight. Wait, did we knight somebody?
No, but you did see the T-shirt with the Dark Knight and the Monty Python mashup.
Ah, with the bunny and
awesome.
everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I heard something about a remake on the money, or the whistling. The look on the bright side of life.
Oh, that's the one for Brian.
Look on the bright side. No, I heard they're gonna remake that.
Really?
You don't want to touch that. I don't think so. I don't think.
Well, who's doing it? I mean,
I don't know. I just remember hearing something about it. That's all.
If it's the Monty Python guys and they're like rebooting it or redoing it or they're doing a sequel or something, then I'm interested.
It might be like a Seth Green getting their fingers in there doing stuff.
I don't know about that.
I mean, Seth Green has finger fucked all kinds of shit, which isn't that bad. I mean, I can't wait to see the whole DC thing that. But there's also the whatchamacallit? Detour. Have you heard of this thing?
No.
Seth Green's working on the Detour. Star Wars stuff. Detours. Star Wars Detours. Did you miss this?
I did.
You totally missed it? Alright.
Yeah, I did. Did you tweet it?
No, I probably didn't. Kept it to myself. Here's a little Star Wars Detours. Detours.
Ready? Punch it!
Is no small. This is more like some kind of a Death Star.
Death Star. I like the sound of that. Aha! This is a ploy. No. It's a ruse. No. It's an ambush. No. A subterfuge. No. A confining device. There. A box popped up with a stick. It's a trap. It's a wrap. Where's my hat? It's a trap.
That's a trap.
Sorry. Just finally figured it out. On my way back to the office.
I got it. It's a trap.
Gotta go.
Got it.
I'm double parked. Hey! Ow! 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 Ow!
So yeah.
Nice.
At Star Wars CV1 or whatever last weekend, Seth Green got Mr. Lucas's blessings to continue with this.
Really?
Yeah, all it is Robot Chicken for Star Wars. And Family Guy did it too, and
yeah,
I guess you can't blame anyone. I'd rather it exist to not exist. You know? I'm glad it's there. It might not be great. But I hope they don't do that with Firefly. Is that where we were going with that?
No.
Where was that?
No, they're not going to do anything with Firefly. I don't think anybody's going to ever do anything with that again.
Alright.
Alright. Well, there, we didn't end on a downer.
Alright, here's the exit music. Thank you, Alt One, for joining me for an episode.
You're welcome.
Mr.
Thank you.
Link's going to make it. It's been a great night. Take care.
You too.
Alright. Let's go to Hawaii. Let's go to the beautiful music of the ending. This always makes me wonder what color panties are.